Hello students, today we will be discussing quant quiz based on approximation and quadratic equations for SBI Clerk Prelims examination. And the first part is based on approximation. So the directions are: what approximate value will come in place of question mark in the following questions? So question number 1 is 5144.98 plus 3449.95 minus 4559.98 is equal to question mark. So we can also write it as 5145 plus 3450 minus 4560 is equal to question mark. So we'll get the value of question mark as 4035. So the correct option is A. Question number 2. 49.98% of question mark minus 2 by 3 of 243.02 is equal to 49.94. So we can also write it as 50% of question mark minus 2 by 3 of 243 is equal to 50. So this implies question mark into 50 upon 100, that is the value of 50% is equal to 50 plus 162. This implies question mark is equal to 424. So B is the correct option. Question number 3. 1.001 plus 2.0008 plus 30.09 divided by 10 minus 5.99 is equal to question mark. So we can also write it as 1 plus 2 plus 3 minus 6. 3 is 30 divided by 10. We'll be using BODMAS here. So this will be equal to question mark. So this implies question mark is equal to 6 minus 6 is equal to 0. So E is the correct option. Question number 4. 44.95% of 599.98 plus 34.98% of 299.98 is equal to question mark. So we can also write it as question mark is equal to 45 upon 100, that is 45%, the approximate value of 44.95 into 600, that is the approximate value of 599.98 plus 35 upon 100, that is 35%, the approximate value of 34.98% into 300. So this implies question mark is equal to 270 plus 105, that will be equal to 375. So D is the correct option. Question number 5. Under root 441.13 divided by 2.96 plus under root question mark is equal to 46.98. So we can also write it as under root 441 divided by 3 plus under root question mark is equal to 47. This implies under root question mark is equal to 47 minus 21 by 3. 21 is the square root of 441. So this will be equal to 40. So this implies question mark is equal to 40 square. So this will give us the value of question mark as 1600. So the correct option is E. Question number 6. 133.99 plus 1333.98 plus 13.98 is equal to question mark. So we can also write it as question mark is equal to 134 plus 1334 plus 1414. This implies question mark is equal to 1482. So the correct option is B. Question number 7. 2 by 5 of 34.98 plus 3 by 7 of 489.98% is equal to question mark. So we can also write it as question mark is equal to 2 by 5 of is into, so into 34.98 will be 35 plus 3 by 7 into 490. This will be equal to 224. So the correct option is this. Question number 8. Under root 121.01 into 99.98 into 324.00. So we can also write it as under root 121 into 100 into 324 is equal to question mark. So this implies question mark is equal to 11, that is the square root of 121, into 10, that is the square root of 100, into 18, that is the square root of 324. So this will be equal to 1980. So the correct option is B here. Question number 9. 9.98 into 0.6 cube minus 0.4 cube upon 0.6 square plus 0.6 into 0.4 plus 0.4 square is equal to question mark. So this implies question mark is equal to 0.6 minus 0.4, 0.6 square plus 0.6 into 0.4 plus 0.4 square, that is the formula for a cube minus b cube, upon 0.6 square plus 0.6 into 0.4 plus 0.4 square into 10. So this will get cancelled by this. This implies question mark is equal to 0.2 into 10 is equal to 2. So the correct option is C. Question number 10. Question mark upon 3 of 299.98 minus 489.89 is equal to 509.94. So this can also be written as question mark upon 3 of 300 minus 490 is equal to 510. This implies question mark is equal to 510 plus 490 upon 100. This implies question mark is equal to 10. So the correct option is D here. Now the next part is based on quadratic equations, and the directions are: two equations 1 and 2 are given in each question below. You have to solve these equations and give the right answer. A, if x is less than y. B, if x is greater than y. C, if x is less than or equal to y. D, if x is greater than or equal to y. E, if x is equal to y or no relation can be established. So question number 11 here is, the first equation is x square is equal to 49. So this implies x is equal to plus or minus 7. And the next equation is y square minus 4y minus 21 is equal to 0. So we will divide 21 such as the addition of those two numbers is minus 4 and multiplication of those two numbers is minus 21. So by doing that we get the numbers as 3 and minus 7, because if we add these two numbers we will get minus 4, and if we multiply them both then we will get minus 21. Now we will change the signs to obtain the required roots. So on changing the signs we get minus 3 and 7 as the required roots. So if we represent these values of x and y on number line, then we get x, y. So the values of x will lie here and here, plus 7 and minus 7. And the values of y will lie here, 7, and another will lie here, minus 3. So from this representation of number line we get that no relation can be established here. So the correct option is E. Question number 12. The first equation is 3x square minus 13x minus 10 is equal to 0. So on multiplying 3 by 10 we get minus 10, we get minus 30, and on dividing it further we get minus 15 and 2, because on adding minus 15 and 2 we get minus 13, and on multiplying them both we get minus 30. So now we'll divide these two numbers by the coefficient of x square, that is 3. So 15 upon minus 15 upon 3 and minus 2 by 3, and on changing the signs we get the required roots as minus 15 by 3 will be 5. So we have to change the sign, so we'll write 5 here and minus 2 by 3. So these are the required roots for the value of x. And the next equation is 3y square plus 10y minus 8 is equal to 0. Now multiplying 3 by 8 gives us the number as minus 24, and on dividing it further, such as the addition gives plus 10 and multiplication gives minus 8, we get 12 and minus 2. Now we'll divide these two values by the coefficient of y square, that is 3. So we'll get the number as minus 12 by 3, and actually we'll change the signs also. So minus 12 by 3 and 2 by 3. So on dividing 12 by 3 we get minus 4 and 2 by 3. So these are the required roots. Now we'll represent this on number line, the values of x and y. So the values of x will lie here and here, and the values of y will lie here and here. So we can clearly see that no relation can be established here, so the correct option will be E. Question number 13. The first equation is x square minus 5x plus 6 is equal to 0. So on dividing 6 we get minus 2 and minus 3, because on adding minus 2 and minus 3 we get minus 5, and on multiplying them both we get plus 6. Now we will change the signs to obtain the required roots. So the roots will be 2 and 3. The next equation is y square plus 7y plus 10. On dividing 10, such as the addition of those two numbers gives us plus 7 and multiplication gives us 10, will give us the numbers as 5 and 2. And on changing the signs, we get the required roots as minus 5 and minus 2. Now we will represent the values of x and y on number line. X, y. So the values of x will lie here and here, 2 and 3. And the values of y will lie here and here. So we can clearly see from here that both the values of x are greater than both the values of y. So x is greater than y here. And the correct option will be B. Question number 14. The first equation is x square minus 6x is equal to 7. So we can write it as x square minus 6x minus 7 is equal to 0. And we can divide 7 in minus 7 and 1, because adding these two numbers will give us minus 6 and multiplying these two numbers will give us minus 7. And now we will change the signs. So on changing the signs, we get the required roots as 7 and minus 1. And the next equation is 2y square plus 13y plus 15 is equal to 0. So now we will multiply 2 by 15. So we will obtain 30 here, and on dividing it further we get 10 and 3, because multiplying these two numbers gives us 30 and adding these two numbers gives us 13. Now we will divide it by the coefficient of y square, that is 2. So we will obtain the numbers as 10 by 2. On changing the signs, we get the required roots. We will get 5 and minus 3 by 2 as the required roots. Now we will represent these values on number line. So the values of x lie here and here, 7, and the values of y lie here and minus 3 by 2 will lie here, because it is little bit more than minus 1, less than. So from here we can clearly see that both the values of x are greater than both the values of y. So x is greater than y, and B will be the correct option. Question number 15. The first equation is x square plus 4x plus 4 is equal to 0. So we can divide 4 and 2 and 2, because adding these two numbers gives us 4 and multiplying these two numbers also gives us 4. Now we will change the signs to obtain the required roots. So minus 2 and minus 2. This implies x is equal to minus 2. Second equation is y square minus 8y plus 16 is equal to 0. On dividing 16, we get minus 4 and minus 4, because adding these two numbers gives us minus 8 and multiplying them both we get 16. Now we'll change the signs, so we'll get 4 and 4. This implies y is equal to 4. Now we'll represent these values on number line. X, y. So x is minus 2 and y is 4. So we can clearly see that y is greater than x. So the correct option will be A. Thank you students for joining the session.